Hello. In today's lesson, we'll take a look at ways that you can search, sort, select, and add customers using the xkzero mobile commerce mobile app. Naturally, part of a great user experience is the ability to quickly access and find the customer records that you're looking for. So let's get started. First, we'll show you how to filter customers by the week and by the day of the week. You'll notice on my screen that I have 60 customers assigned to me on this route. So in the area up on top, you'll note that I have buttons for filtering weeks and day of the week. This is very useful for you to quickly and easily filter customers down to those whom you just need to see today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap on all weeks, and I'm going to select from my list week 1. And you'll notice that this filters me down to 13 customers. But next I'm going to tap on all days, and I'm going to choose Monday. By choosing Monday, now I have a nice manageable list of 8 customers from whom to service for today. Okay, but not everyone will necessarily use a route week and a day assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove these filters. I'm going to go back and choose all days and all weeks, and now I'm restored to my 60. So some people, in some environments, you're going to go out, with all of your customer assignments to go and do your work and not necessarily follow a route schedule. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the search capability. So an important thing and really an easy rule to keep in mind is that when you search, you can search based on all of the criteria that's displayed to you, right? So that's going to include the customer name, the customer number, the route, the street address, city, state, zip code. All of that's searchable, right? So I'm going to tap on up here where it says search customers. I'm going to tap on that and I'm going to type in ABF. Right, so I type in ABF and tap on search, and you'll see here that found actually 3 different records. These are store locations, and this would be a corporate location based on that customer number search for customer American Business Futures. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear that search. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search based on a customer name. So search FLY, Fly Chicago. I found that. By the way, our search is, it's an inclusive search. So we're going to search, anywhere within that. So I could search on Chicago and that customer also would show up. Speaking of searching on Chicago, then I'll do a city search. So if I'm going to a particular town and I want to see all of those customers, you can see here I've searched on Chicago and I have all of those Chicagos. I have Fly Chicago there too, and so on, right? So I have all of these, different Chicago accounts. But now let's put a twist to it. Let's say that I'm on a busy long street and I want to see how many customers that I can visit while I'm on that street. So I'm going to search, I'm going to further filter this down, and I'm going to search for Chicago and Summerdale. So I put another criteria in, and now what you can see is it's gone and it's found every record where I've got Chicago and Summerdale. All right, so now I've got the, about 6 or 7 customers who I can go see right on that street. All right, and then maybe the last thing I'll do is I'm going to search based on a route. So I happen to have a Nebraska route, so I'm going to type in Nebraska, and then you can see over here that happens to be my route identifier, Northeast Nebraska, it happens to be a route that I've got access to. So I can search and filter that down based on that as well. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a good feel of searching by customer. Now let's take a look at sorting by the customer. So I'm going to go back into my customer listing, and you'll notice in the upper right hand corner that it says cust with an underscore there. And what that means is that I'm currently sorted based on the customer name. So it's a numeric alpha listing, right? So I could scroll through, just use my finger to scroll up and down, right? But let's say that I want to be able to sort based on another criteria. So I could sort by tapping on cust. I can pull up a list of additional sort options, right? So now I'll go ahead, I'm going to choose route sequence. And when I tap on done, now what it's doing for me is this is a predetermined route order based on the back end of my system. So whether this is set up by the route manager, customer service, the route salesperson themselves, whoever in your company determines that, right? This is now going to be the listing, based on my customer list of the order that I should go see those customers in. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and tap now where it says sequence up above and show the one other way that I can sort my customers, and that's based on the distance, right? So I need to have location services turned on in order to do this, but now you can see that, I happen to be on Somerdale Avenue now, so I have all these customers on Somerdale Avenue. So we tell you the direction and the distance from the current location for you to be able to go visit that customer. All right. Okay. And then, one other thing that I think is worth looking at is it back here in my customer listing is you'll notice that I have this red banner that's next to each customer record. And that red banner, that those colors mean something. So for instance, this blue color here, if I look at this CVS customer, you'll see it's got that sort of teal blue banner to it. What that means is that that's a customer that I actually have a delivery in my truck that has not yet been completed for that customer. Okay, so that's what that blue banner indicates. All right, what the green banner indicates is that's a customer where I've already visited them and I've completed at least one activity, such as a route sale, completion of a delivery order, or a survey perhaps, right? So it turns it green once I've completed activity. And then what the red indicates is, of course, that's a customer that I've got access to, but I don't have any orders and I have not completed any activity yet at that customer site. So I think the customer colors are a nice little touch to give the user a visual cue of what really remains to be done on that day. Okay, and then lastly, for today's lesson, let's take a look at how you can add a customer to my roster, my listing of customers that's not currently there. And a use case for this would be, if you're, at a particular location, maybe it's an area that you're not, that you typically don't go to, and you're interested to see, are there any other customers within a certain distance who I can see, while I'm there. So what you'll notice up here is I have this plus button. Okay, so I'm going to tap on that plus button. It's going to pull up a dialog box. First, it's going to say, do I want to add an external customer? So an external customer means bring someone down onto my system that I don't currently have in my customer listing. So in this, I could enter in a particular text. So if I know the name of a customer or the part of a name of a customer that I want to go out and find in my backend database, I can put that in there. What the max distance is if I say, okay, you know what, I'd like to see everyone, within 10 miles, for instance, or forget about the limit, I could do that. So this is a a distance restriction. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, 10 miles. And then the max records is, how many customer records do I want to bring down? And that could either be no limit or one record or whatever. And let's say, maybe I assume that I've got time to go see up to 10 more customers, within a 10-mile radius from where I am now. So I make those settings. Now I'm going to tap on search, and it's going out. It's talking now to my back end of my system. And let's see if we find some additional customers. And sure enough, there we have it. I've got 3 other customers, and I can see here's a new customer that does not yet have a route assignment, right? Here are 2 other customers from Route 300. I'm not checked out with Route 300 currently, but it is a route that I have permission to on my back end, right? So now what I could do is I could go ahead and choose a customer from this list and provide whatever service I need to provide for that customer. I'm just going to go ahead and tap on cancel and come back to the home screen. And that completes our lesson for today. So I hope that you found this lesson about how to search, sort, select, and add customers using the XMC mobile app to be useful. And I thank you for your time.